How to know if you're struggling and what to do about it. You may be struggling with some kind of addiction, some kind of compulsion, whatever it is, it's something that's keeping you down and not enabling you to move forward with the best life imaginable. This is an invitation to open to curiosity. It's not about judgment, it's not about judging ourselves, it's about gaining awareness of what we're going through and what we have to deal with. Just asking the question takes courage. So if you're at that stage and you're exploring it, awesome. Let's continue and let's go through this. Signs you might be struggling. Are you using more than you intended to? Are you getting to the point where you can't even say no to yourself when you know you don't want to do it anymore? Maybe you're hiding your using or your activity. Maybe it's causing you a lot of guilt and shame. And if so, it's important to ask why, to stop, to be curious, to be open. Is it affecting your work, your health, your relationships? If so, it might be that something is up and you need to tackle it. The question really is not how bad is it, like you're not comparing yourself to something external, but rather you're asking, you're pointing inward and you're asking, is this harming me? Is it really having an effect on my life that I don't want it to? If so, it might be time to seek help. You don't have to do it alone. In fact, in recovery, I think it is much more beneficial to ask for help when you need it. Whether it's seeking professional, medical, or therapeutic help, there is support out there, and there isn't any shame in asking for that support. In fact, it takes a lot of strength and courage to ask for help and to get the help that you need when you need it. In my own recovery journey, I sought help outside myself. I sought therapists, psychiatrists. I went to 12-step meetings, I went to peer support meetings, and I also sought help from my family when I really needed it. So there's no shame in asking for help. In fact, it takes a lot of self-awareness and courage to ask for help. Fellowship helps. Fellowship is a really important part of recovery. For instance, 12-step groups, peer support groups, groups focused around recovery principles are really important. It brings connection and community, and connection is really the opposite of addiction, and so important because addiction grows in isolation, but recovery grows in the right connection, surrounding yourself with people that are not only struggling but are looking for a different way, people who understand you without necessarily needing an explanation. I found going to 12-step groups and going to peer support groups to be pivotal on my recovery journey, especially earlier on, but also consistently along the way. So find some support, seek it out, and find your recovery people. Recovery is a way of life. It's more than quitting and staying sober. It's about a new way to live that is congruent with your soul and that is focused on well-being. So not just stopping, but starting something new, something better, something that's good for you. And it can include many things. Like for me in the beginning of my recovery, it included going to lots of 12-step groups. Later on, it included volunteering, putting my time where I could help lift others, and that actually helped me as well. It could include time in nature, being creative, following your passions and your dreams, and putting energy into the things that build you up, into the things that are good for you rather than the things that aren't. So it means, leaning into recovery, because I feel like getting into addiction is like you lean into it. You take that first hit and it just goes downhill from there. But recovery is about leaning into the things that create well-being in your life and ignite that light in your soul. So if recovery is where you're at, then just know you don't need a full plan. You just have to start and take that first step. That first step for me early on in my recovery journey was just going to one meeting. It meant seeing my psychiatrist every week. It meant doing some activities that were healthy and beneficial to myself, whatever that is, just start. Healing is possible, but it takes work. And so just start. Yeah, just reach out to someone, get help, go to a meeting, confide in a loved one. Whatever it is, lean into recovery and know that you're not alone. I'm wishing you all the best in your recovery and your journey.